All right. Now, I was listening to a content creator, DJ Genesis, and I guess she's trying to defend Carmelo for bringing the knife to a track meet and say, well, Texas has an open carry. So you can bring it in, you can bring weapons anywhere. Can y'all stop talking about Texas open carry law without actually looking at the law itself? See, I'm from Texas. I lived in Houston. I was born in Houston. Lived there all my life. I don't live very far. Till about 4 years ago, that I moved to down south of Rosharon, which is south of Houston, about an hour away. I've lived I've lived in Texas my whole life. There ain't no place in Texas where you can bring a weapon to a track meet. Yes, they do have open carry, but you cannot bring that gun anywhere. You can't just bring it up any place. Y'all don't understand the law, the open carry law. That open carry law does not supersede people's private property. Because you can't bring that gun in no clubs. And a lot of restaurants, they have a sign that says you can't bring the gun in here. Guess what? They have the right to tell you you can't bring that gun in here. You can't bring weapons here. And especially talking about a school event. Well, they have an open carry. They can bring weapons up in there. No, you cannot bring no weapons to a track meet. Ain't no school district is going to allow a student to bring a weapon to a track meet. Those are school funded. You can't even bring them to the high school games. They will check you at the door. No, you can't bring that weapon here. What law is for public? But when they're talking about private property, no. That private property have a right to say, no, you can't bring that here. Which is, if that's the case, there was after that Uvalde shooting. I think even before that one, they were talking about letting teachers have the guns. They struck that down. They struck it down. So if the teachers can't bring the guns and the knives and anything, what makes you think they're allowing students to do that? Y'all don't understand Texas open carry. Y'all talk like y'all know Texas, like y'all been here. None of y'all live here. None of y'all even talk to a Texan. They would tell you, no, you can't bring no gun and no, you can't bring no gun to a school event. You can't bring no gun to no school event. No track meet, not no football game. Where do they do that at? I get y'all trying to defend Carmelo. Y'all trying to make every excuse for Carmelo bringing that knife. There ain't no excuse for him bringing it. There ain't no school district it's going to allow you to bring a knife. His legal right. That's why he was in charge with possession of a weapon. If he would have got caught, if school officials would have caught him with that knife, he would have been ran up out of there. And you cannot bring no weapons to a thing. What are you talking about? If that's the case, why would they stop people from bringing? Why would they stop people from bringing guns to clubs? Because last time I checked, you can't bring no gun in the club. You can't bring no lives in the clubs around in Texas. Let me take the glasses off. If that's the case, they will allow them to bring those guns and knives into the Texans game. Last time I checked, no weapons are allowed there. They got a clear backpack policy. You know why they have that? To make sure you ain't bringing nothing in there, like no weapons, no bombs, no nothing. So if they're doing that, what makes you think they're going to? Some of y'all don't think. Now people sneak them in, yeah, sneak them in. But no, it's not allowed. If that's the case, like these shootings, it would have stopped that one person because everybody would have had a gun like, hey, what? You shooting? Oh, man, I've been waiting to pull this weapon out. All these school shootings that we've had in Texas, where tens of people died, if we had it where the students could bring the guns, shit, that would have stopped right there. I'm gonna shoot all y'all for bullying me. Oh, sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, we about to bully you with this gun too. There's motherfucker. What are y'all talking about? Well, Texas culture like you know it, like you been here. You ain't been here. Y'all don't know nothing. It's ridiculous. And all for defense of Carmelo Anthony for bringing this knife here. He had no legal right to bring the knife. Yes, legally he could have it, but not in no school event. Because you cannot supersede someone else's right not to have weapons in front of them, especially if they own the property. Those events are owned by the school district. It's not public property. And also, that's a school event. There ain't no school event that's going to allow you to bring weapons. They have every right to say, no, you can't bring that weapon here. I know y'all trying to defend Carmelo for having a weapon. There ain't no defense for that. There's no defense for him bringing that knife to the track meet. Who's his ops? Now, there's a secret thing where it's not legal, but they bringing it. Okay, bring that out. Prove it. All I hear is theories and what you hope is going on without no proof that is going on. Again, let's look at the facts. Carmelo had a knife. Austin Metcalf didn't. Because if that was the case, Austin would have had his knife ready to stabby. He didn't. He's the one that got stabbed in the chest. Carmelo was the one with the knife, not Austin, not Hunter, not any of these students over there at that tent. None of them had knives. Because if that's the case, they would have pulled out their knife and stabbed Carmelo. We wouldn't have Carmelo or Austin here. But Carmelo's here. Carmelo's in prison for 35. Because he thought it was a good idea to bring a knife to a track meet. And y'all keep comparing it to that Cabson Allison case. Again, there are two different things. One, you're going to have to prove that Carmelo and Austin had prior beef. Two, you got to prove that both were threatening each other. And we're going to kill each other. We're going to kill each other dead. Then you got to prove that Carmelo had no way to escape. And y'all keep forgetting the one thing. If they were so, treating white folks fair, white men, save they white boys, he still got 10 years. He still got 10 years. Because if y'all talking about, well, Carmelo was in self-defense, so was that guy. He was in self-defense. Like, if anybody should have got off for self-defense, it should have been that kid. He still got 10 years. So what makes you think Carmelo was going to get no time or reduced time when he intentionally stabbed that boy in the chest? And I'm sorry, y'all trying to make, well, he didn't know to do that. Well, y'all use his intelligence, and when in actuality, that's just to his detriment, because last time I checked, you take biology. We know that the chest area, that's where your heart is. That's where a lot of your major arteries are. If you stab in the chest, you're going to do serious bodily injury. That's guaranteed. That's why he got the murder charge. Now, for all y'all wishing death on this, he should have got the death penalty. Let me remind y'all something about the death penalty. First, he has to be charged with capital murder. Carmelo Anthony didn't qualify for capital murder because, one, it wasn't in commission of a rape, arson, robbery. It's specific crimes. It's not just any old thing. Two, the victim has to either be an officer or a state official doing their duty, a judge, for where he's getting retaliated for a judgment he made, or a minor under the age of 15. Carmelo Austin was 17. He didn't have the age, and he didn't work in the law, so he didn't qualify for capital murder. So since he didn't qualify for capital murder, he got murder. So that death penalty was never going to be on the table. The only thing they could give him was life. I mean, well, 99, which is basically life. He got what was available, and they gave him what they went easy on, considering y'all don't understand the law. You don't understand Texas open carry. You don't understand the gun culture here, the weapon culture here. Nobody's allowing the kids to bring knives and weapons to school. They don't allow that here. And anybody who thinks differently, something wrong with you. Carmelo was wrong with bringing that knife there. He had no loss, and being a killer is two different things. But hey, if that's what y'all want to roll with it. All right. You feel that you can carry a knife everywhere, just stabbing somebody for pushing you. Okay, well, do that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 99. Especially when you're talking about Texas. Just prepare to do that time. But y'all have fun with that. Anyway, I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace.